All over the world, many crowded places, such as New York City, have given new, better lives to people. Even if that means living in a highly crowded area. Let's take a look at the 10 most densely populated places on the planet. Number 10. Shanghai, China. The 10th most densely populated city in the world has been central for China's master plan to become the world's economic superpower. Remember Mao Zedong's dream for Chinese cultural revolution and economic prosperity? Yeah, this city practically lives that dream 24/7. Due to China's high rate of intra-migration, people are flocking to Shanghai. Since the last 2 decades, this city has seen one of the highest urbanization rates in the world. Its current population density stands at 34,718 per square mile. So if you're planning on riding in the Shanghai metro, gear up. Not only is it the second largest metro system in the world, but more than 11 million people use the transit system every day. Imagine getting lost in the herd of people. Possibly, it'll take you 3 to 4 hours to find your way back. China's busiest port and rapidly growing financial sector is located in Shanghai as well. Doesn't take much to realize the importance of the city. Number 9. Bogota, Colombia. While listing down the world's most densely populated places, it's very unlikely that South America doesn't make the list. Bogota, in the country of Colombia in South America, has a population density of 35,000 per square mile. Currently, it's the biggest city in the country as well. There's no doubt that the fine Colombian coffee and the iconic FIFA 2014 performances are the 2 well-known facts about Colombia. But you'll be surprised to know that this place in South America is striving hard for shifting to green energy. Let's get honest, when we think of a nationwide environmental protection framework, we probably think of some European country. Colombia was quick to realize that the population of Bogota is expected to become 11 million by 2030, which essentially means more urbanization and more consumption of energy. The United Nations' Building Energy Accelerator is working in collaboration with Bogota to make buildings energy efficient and to make sustainable development cheaper and more feasible. Way to go, Colombia! Let's move on to the next one. The next place on our list is from the Indian part of the subcontinent. Yep, doesn't really come off as a surprise. Number 8. Chennai, India. The hub of Tamilian culture, Chennai, is 8th on our list with a striking population density of 37,223 per square mile. Historically, the city has always been important because it's on the coast of the Bay of Bengal. Previously, it was known as Madras. And Madras played a central role in the British colonization of the subcontinent. Let's just say that the coastline was pretty attractive for the East India Company to establish a trading port, and to initiate their invade subcontinent mission. Ever since, Chennai has been a centerpiece for India's economic prosperity. Chennai is called the gateway to South India, so it has been rapid with urbanization and technological advancement. Other than serving as the IT hub for one of the largest countries in the world, Chennai also hosts the biggest automobile manufacturing and cotton industries. Now, the large population density makes sense, doesn't it? With large industries, there's a rigorous demand for cheap labor in Chennai, especially when India is struggling to rise above the poverty line. Hence, the population of Chennai is ever growing. Despite all of these challenges, Chennai remains a sight to see and marvel at. Number 7. Taipei, Taiwan. Taipei, the capital city of Taiwan in East Asia, is ranked 7 on our list with a population density of 39,263 per square mile. Taiwan, which is officially known as the Republic of China, is claimed by China to be part of the Chinese territory. Yep, that's a whole big political debate on one China policy of mainland China. Regardless of Taiwan's political turmoil, it does really well for economic and social development. Thanks to the humongous Taiwanese exports, the country has the 21st largest nominal GDP in the world. And the Human Development Index is nothing like mainland China. Taiwan is actually among the few Asian countries that has a high regard for social welfare and human rights advocacy of its citizens in its social policies. In fact, in 2019, Taiwan became the historic first Asian country to legalize same-sex marriage. Taiwan Pride is the biggest LGBTQ+ parade in Asia, with more than 250,000 allies in attendance. However, not everything is rainbows and smiles in Taiwan. Despite being one of the most densely populated countries in the world, its population is shrinking exponentially. The country is projected to see negative growth by 2030. Now, it might sound like some natural Thanos intervention for population balance, but the potential workforce of Taiwan is under a threat. Government is trying to balance out the negative growth by employing an external workforce. Meanwhile, the population density of Taipei remains unchanged. Number 6. Seoul, South Korea. Seoul's population density is 43,208 per square mile, which is twice of New York City and 4 times of Los Angeles. Picture Times Square on New Year's Eve. There's no space to set your foot in, right? That's Seoul every day, with double the people in Times Square. Seoul is central for the rising Korean wave in the world that's exporting Korean music and visual media. So Seoul is rapidly experiencing attention as a tourist point and a treasured site for pop culture. Seoul experiences massive surges of crowds in its breathtaking attractions, including Lot World, Dongdaemun Market with its 26 shopping malls, and Myeongdong Market. The megacity of Seoul has a population of around 10 million in its capital area, and the wider metropolitan area hosts 25 million people. Seoul has a massive capacity for the workforce. For many South Koreans, Seoul is like New York City for the Americans. Currently, Seoul has the biggest technology centers in Gangnam and Digital Media City. These centers are the homes for the biggest brands in the world, including Samsung, LG, Hyundai, and other 11 of 500 Fortune global companies. That explains the massive numbers of the city, right? Number 5. Shenzhen, China. Ever heard of Huawei, which is dubbed as Samsung's biggest competitor in Asia? Well, the 5th place on our list is the city of Shenzhen in China, which is the home of Huawei. Not only that, it's also called China's Silicon Valley. In the 1980s, China started to establish Shenzhen as the first special economic region to enter the competitive world of tech and digitalization. Of course, the economic opportunities also meant urbanization and eventually population growth. As of now, the population of Shenzhen is around 13 million and increasing. The next fact will shock you. The population of Shenzhen is as equal as the populations of New Zealand, Singapore, and Los Angeles combined. Now, let's move on to number 4. Number 4. Lagos, Nigeria. With a colossal population density of 47,027 per square mile, Lagos in Nigeria is 4th on our list. Lagos is not only the most populated city in Nigeria, it's also the one in the continent of Africa. This city encompasses the new age of development for the African civilization, so its commercial sector is ever growing. The rapidly increasing population of Nigeria is already putting an unwarranted burden on Lagos, but the refugee crisis in Africa has worsened the situation. According to the United Nations, there are more than 3.4 million internally displaced persons in Nigeria. Since Lagos is the biggest city of the country, it's destined to host the maximum number of refugee camps. Now, you must be wondering, hosting refugees is a compassionate humanitarian response. True, but Nigeria doesn't have adequate resources to do so. The armed conflict in Cameroon and Africa has forced its citizens to flee Lagos in huge numbers of thousands. So the situation isn't easy for Lagos at all. We can only hope that situation de-escalates soon enough in Africa. With that being said, let's proceed to number 3 on the list. Number 3. Karachi, Pakistan. The biggest city of Pakistan has a monumentous population density of 49,000 per square mile. Karachi is home to almost 15 million people and it's ever increasing. Imagine a city that can host the entire city of New York and Los Angeles at the same time. And there'll be leftover capacity to bring more people in. Sounds like a traffic nightmare, and it might actually be far worse than your expectations. But Karachi is as multicultural and as diverse as it gets. Due to its economic hub status, it experiences the surges of internal migration and urbanization. Its location near the coastline of Arabian Sea also creates employment opportunities. As of 2019, Karachi has a spectacular nominal GDP of $164 billion US. Not only that, Karachi is solely responsible for generating 65% of Pakistan's total revenue alone. Talk about having economic domination in the country of 212 million people. But the city remains neglected and underfunded for some strange reasons. Number 2. Kolkata, India. The capital of the Indian state in West Bengal, Kolkata, is 2nd on our list. The population density of the city is over 61,945 per square mile. Just like Chennai, Kolkata was also the centerpiece of British colonial rule in the subcontinent. In fact, you'll be surprised to know Kolkata was the first ever trading post established by the British in India. They were so impressed by the rich cultural wealth and obviously the literal wealth of Kolkata that they made it the capital of the British Raj. And it remained so, from 1773 to 1911. Save the math, guys, that's 138 years. As of 2020, the city of Kolkata has a population of 14.85 million. That's more people in one city than the states of New Jersey, Louisiana, and Hawaii combined. Number 1. Mumbai, India. The most densely populous city on our list is Mumbai, the capital city of the state of Maharashtra in India. The United Nations cites Mumbai, or as locally known, Bombay, the 7th most populous city in the world and the 2nd in India, after Delhi. Since 2008, Mumbai has been referred to as the Alpha World City, which basically means that the highest rate of global networking takes place in this huge Indian city. So of course, Mumbai encompasses one of the world's biggest financial, industrial, and corporate sectors. The world-famous billion-dollar Bollywood industry is also based in the city. Mumbai is the dream city for many Indians who strive to find employment in the city to enter a higher living standard. The PPP GDP of Mumbai is more than $370 billion US. So that pretty much sums up how huge this country is in terms of economic activities. Which of these places would you prefer to live in, or at least visit despite their massive crowds? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.